Tulsa's a fiercely independent and decidedly unromantic young woman who runs a canoe rental business on the banks of an Ozark river. Her grandmother, Ruby, decides that Tulsa really needs to be opened up to love, so she thinks about how to do that and decides what better way than a romance novel book group. So Ruby starts the group, and Tulsa reluctantly joins, along with Ruby and 3 of their friends. And what none of them realize is how much reading those books will transform their lives in unexpected ways. Well, I have a friend in the Ozarks who asked me to please interview older women before they passed away and record their stories. So I did, and I heard these remarkable stories about outhouses with rattlesnakes in them and moonshine and all the traditional things one thinks of with the Ozarks. But they all also, it turned out, almost all of them really loved romance novels. And I have long wanted to set a story in the Ozarks, but I never could come up with the right narrative. And then when I heard about the romance, I thought, well, why not a romance novel book group? And it just seemed to go together. No, I'd only read 2 before I started, and then I read about 24. And it was really kind of interesting because people say, well, romance novels are too predictable. But so are a lot of mysteries. It seems like a strange double standard. I read about 24 books and in romances and enjoyed them a lot. No, I like all of them. I like Tulsa's fierce independence and Ruby's gentle heart. I like Jen's caring. I like BJ's, well, I can relate to BJ's difficulty forgiving herself for some things. And I love Pearl's caustic wit. Yeah, it changed a lot. At one point I had a fist fight between 2 men, but I took that out pretty early. It took me about 4 years, but I was doing other things, not the least of which was vacationing in the Ozarks with my family. We still go back there every so often, and I love to be on the Ozarks rivers and floating and swimming, and my husband goes with us. He's from California, so for him it's a little less exciting in terms of the number of bugs, but he appreciates the beauty. It's actually a dual meeting. One is you have the meaning of the reading a book, the romance novels in this case, but also when you are canoeing on a river, the person in front is reading the river for hazards that might cause a canoe to tip over, things like rocks or branches. I hope my readers will experience sort of a gentle whimsy with this book and be charmed by it and just have a good time. So the romance novels that the women read, I think for people who have read these novels, it's like they're participating in the group themselves because they will have their own reactions to the books. For those people who don't read romance novels, this book is much more about friendship and love and strong women coming together. It isn't itself a romance novel.